Good afternoon. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional territory we're on and appreciate the welcoming from the Chief from Lake Nation this morning and the words that we heard from Chief Lewin this morning as well. I'll be presenting on the Healing Centre that CSFS has been working on for the last 3 years. I don't know where the... Oh, can you do that for me, Joan? Okay, thanks, Joan. I appreciate it. So on the slide here, we have a picture of our map.
Just bear with us, okay?
Okay. So the location, as you know, is on the traditional territory of the Saikas First Nation, and we really appreciate the role of Chief Priscilla Mueller and Chief Karina Lewin in identifying this land. We went through a long process, 2 application process to designate this as a non-farm use land. And after that process, we were able to go through the design phase. And through that design phase, we went through an internal and external process where we met with our program staff, Marilyn and Travis's team, as well as our community members and our elders to identify what type of programs and services were going to be delivered. And this is what the design turned out to be. On the first building on my side here is a 10-unit detox where up to 10 individuals will be housed. And then the next 2 buildings are the administration buildings where there will also be healing and therapy sessions. And then the 2 longest buildings in the far right, those are going to be the area where we're going to provide treatment for up to 35 individuals. And then the 2 buildings at the very end, one is the workshop and then another is a greenhouse. So we're really pleased in terms of how we were able to lay these buildings out, and they're laid out like a healing hand, like the logo of our CSFS organization. And the next picture is just a beautiful aerial view of what the image would look like. The building will be facing the water. And Marilyn has always spoken about how nature is healing. We wanted to make sure that we captured that during the design and the layout. And this is the next picture is a picture of the lounge area that's going to be facing the water. And there'll be 2 lounge areas in the facility, and they'll be both at the tip of the treatment units. And so we're pretty excited about how that's going to look and how it'll create a sense of peace for the participants. And the next picture is a schematic design from our architect. And this just really lays out how the units will be designed. Each room will be housed with a desk, a bed, and a bathroom. And they'll each have windows, and all the windows will be facing towards the water. And also we do have a designated elders room. There's also going to be there's going to be a nice kitchen and a cafeteria area. And we've been having some discussions with some partners across Canada on our greenhouse service. We're still trying to assess what type of service we're going to provide. This is going to be like a 2 or 3 or 4 year service opening. Like we haven't been able to assess that. But the idea is that the greenhouse will provide food for the individuals who are participating for the service for detox and treatment. So we're really excited about that. There's opportunities for incorporating educational institutions in this service as well. So Travis is participating in this dialogue. Throughout our discussions in the construction piece, we always maintain a close contact with Travis and with Marilyn when discussions on operations come up, because we want to make sure that the design continues to flow in terms of how we expect the service to be operated. In terms of some of the recent activities that we've had, on the next slide, just very quickly, we basically had a 2-phase process. Phase 1 was civil works, where we identified the layout of the water and the wastewater setup. So that was done last year. It was completed at the end of October. And then the next phase, we did our tendering that was done by our architect. And this tendering involved hiring our construction manager. And then one of the significant milestones we had was our groundbreaking ceremony, which was held in June. We had a lot of local, provincial, and federal representatives in attendance, our funding partners and our local elders and our board of directors and some of our chiefs. It was a very exciting moment for us. And then just the very next day, we started construction for our facility. And through our construction, this is an idea about what the construction manager provides for us. The two major things that they're responsible for is to provide us a schedule and also their construction budget. And Warner holds the decision if there's going to be any changes on that. He's a major decision maker in terms of if we're going to accept or deny it. And so this schedule here lets us know that the construction should be completed by the winter of 2025 and operations should begin in early spring. And throughout the schedule, 2024, service 2025, early 2025, winter of 2024. 18 months. I'll say 18 months. You can do the math. I don't have my calculator here. All I got a pen. Let's go with 18 months because we're having a little debate over here. Okay, so this here is the schedule that we're holding our construction manager on, that he maintains the schedule. Right now we're doing the pouring of the concrete. Will probably start either today or Monday, so we're pretty excited about that. How we maintain contact with each other is we have monthly visits on the site with all the parties, including the architect and the construction manager and some of our CSFS staff. And then our bi-monthly meetings we had two meetings a month, and that changed to one site visit and then by our one monthly meeting. And this monthly meeting provides us an opportunity to keep on top of the schedule and the budget, and if there's any issues. Our major concern at this point is is for any type of changes to our schedule. And so we want to make sure we avoid that, because anytime there's a change right now, it'll start to cost us money, and that's our objective, is to avoid that. And so also in the schedule here, we have third-party interests we have to maintain a partnership with. One is with our insurance coverage, and another is with our funders. We're always having an ongoing dialogue with our funders and our goals. Joni? So we've had a lot of, like I said, we've had a lot of participation from our leadership, from all of our chiefs and from our board of directors, and it's with their voices that we continue to have our dialogue as we lobby with the federal and provincial government, as well as our program service funders, the First Nations Health Authority. When we first did our budget, we started with our Class D estimates. That was done in February 2022. And on our most recent budget was the Class A, which this Class A is really determined like the narrowest possibility of the actual cost of our project. And that was established in March 2023. And each time as we progressed from each of our estimates, we made sure we fully informed our funders on that. For the budget, as I mentioned, we want to make sure we avoid our change orders. Anytime we go through a change order, it's going to cost us money, and we've done as much as we could. We've had strong dialogue and working relationship with our operations team and with our architect throughout the design of the process to avoid any of these change orders. But sometimes construction is unpredictable. So President Lewin Tapi Sti Bimasai Yadisni Priscilla Michelle Yinwa Tapi Sti B Oh, Priscilla Michelle, that's my sister. Sorry, Priscilla Mueller. Priscilla Mueller, Yinwa, Taipi Steve, Masai Nadisni. I just want to say these two women here, they've been actively involved in our conversations when we had to discuss topics with our funders, and I really do appreciate your time and commitment. And Warner's been really the force of nature when we're sitting at a table and when we had to deal with when we're having discussions with our federal partners. Even though we were accepted under our CHRTC application, it's each new conversation seems like it's a new application, which it is. And so the conversation is ongoing in terms of our funding. And I really do appreciate the discussion that happened this morning. Mabel had already given a long history about how long the addictions program has been provided. Travis has also provided that background information. So I think you're kind of well versed in terms of what the operation component will look like for this project. That's it. And thank you. No questions?
All right, opportunity for questions online, from the floor. Any volunteers from the floor? Zero. Anybody online? Zero. Tracy?
Okay.
Exit stage left. Yes.
So Tracy has been quite helpful on this project, and we call her Sergeant Major because she goes in and charges with architects. She likes to fight with unison. So she's really guarded with expenses. Just before we move on, thank you, Tracy. And the construction is scheduled to be completed September 2023, and then post-construction, outfitting the entire treatment center with staff, furniture and staffing, etc. So construction will be completed on the fall of 2024.